Hello. That is the me. I was like, yes. $4,000. Hello. Hello and welcome to the 4,000 subscriber special where we are celebrating 4,000. Yeah. Happy 4K, yes. So, why don't you grab what you're building? You have two things? You can if you want. So, you're building the Star Wars thing, so we're both building two sets. Now, we're going to show it. So, this is where I've been keeping the AT-AP, right? So it is behind a bunch of other sealed sets, but we're gonna take it down, right? We'll get on camera me taking it down. So I've had that sitting there since the 25th of last month. That has been there nearly a month waiting to do this. Yes, do the Watto voice. We're going to build the AT-AP. Credit's not work on me, only money. And I'm not doing that anymore because my voice will hurt. But we're going to take it. So we're going to take down this cup. I'm going to pass you some things. Yeah. Take down this cup. Oh, okay. Here's a tree. Box. Commander agree. We've got a 2010 Hoth Battle Pack here. These are future stream builds if I can bring myself to open them. Also got the Snow Troopers one from that year as well. Got my sealed Luke's land speeder, which I gave you my other one on, didn't I? Yeah. And the moment we've been waiting for a while, as voted in by the viewers, we have this. The 2008 AT-AP. Brilliant set. In fact, this one has one of them 3D boxes. Check this. So this set has the whole 3D box thing going on. You can maybe see the way the light reflects. You can feel bumps for where the studs are, which is a cool feature on this set. You go with the retractable leg. We've got Shock Trooper 1 and 2. We've got Vader as the boxer. It's set on Kashyyyk, even though they give you Shock Troopers. Got the features on the back. Oh, he's not got the turtles. So, he is building these. He's got this Star Wars polybag, and he's got the Optimus Prime briquette. So, we're going to be building. This is going to be a lot of fun, because... But I already have Gar Saxon. And a Snowtrooper Battle Pack is worth less than Gar Saxon. You can actually find those open for about £12. They're not valuable. But that is the new sealed set collection. It's all 2010 now. But very excited to get into this. I will allow a couple people more to join. But I'll do it at this angle where you can see us both and some of the table. Of course, I'm going to get my chair. But I want to thank everyone for... I want to thank everyone for 4,000. I reckon by the end of the year we'll be at 5,500 or 6,000. 7,000. I don't know if I can quite see the 6,000, but ultimately, right? Here's a miss. Ultimately, the goal is we're at 4K just now, right? We start off the year with 2,000, right? I can realistically. Oh, by the way, check out TERRAKILERT1. Right? He'll be a pinned comment. Subscribe to him. Yeah, we're getting the likes up. Basically, get this up so you can see what we're going to be building. I'm going to have a drink first. Here's yours. Mine, but basically, this is a fun stream because it's 4,000 and we've got someone else on. So hopefully this is one of my streams that does really well. I'm really hoping it is. But basically, took me 2 months to go from nearly 2 months to go from 3,000 all the way up to 4,000. Because I hit I think I hit 3,000 on the 20th of March. So it took 3 months to get, 3.5 months to get up to 3,000 from 2,000. So basically, I can see me eventually getting to 5,000. 5,000 feels like a lot for this year. I don't quite see 6,000, but prove me wrong. But 4,000 subscribers, let's get into this. So this was bought used. I was not paying insanity money for what this was selling. We've got our instruction manual here. Rex the Carrot. Well, I've been named a carrot by my audience. We've got this bag here, which has the one of the shock troopers in it. Probably the other one too. I hope that's everything, because I've had this that long, I can't return it. Pretty cool boxes, back when boxes looked cool. Yeah. We got instruction manuals from when they actually cared. I'm willing to bet you open that and it'll be the grey whitewash ones.
Oh, yeah,
It's all sets, I believe, summer 2022 onwards.
It's a 2025 set, of course it will be.
Sadly. So, it appears for the ATAP, it's all in one bag. Now, I'm kind of shocked by that. I tell you what, right? Are you planning on building a turtle set as well? Because if you are, I will start building the battle packs.
Maybe.
Who knows, right?
Who knows indeed.
If TerraKiller ends up building his turtle set after this, I will build other Star Wars sets. So, trying the best way to lay out these parts. Normally what I do is I get a box. Tell you what, I've got an idea. We're going to pour the parts, right, into this. I'm going to do this. Right, so we're going to separate out the minifigures first. And there is the old dark red colour, so got to be very careful. So we get 2 minifigures exactly the same, but they're exclusive. So as of 2020, all Lego Clone Troopers had white hips, right? All right, well, it gave me one minifigure that's wrong. That's fine. But this was the first set to try out Shock Troopers as having the white hips. That had not been done before. The other one he gave me was wrong. It's got the black hips, but that is just another version of the figure. So, that's fine by me. This counts to me as army building. I know, who can complain? Couple shock troopers for the clone army. I'm game for that.
So the 2 instructions.
Yeah, he got show them on camera. He got the ones I'm on about where it's like the colour has been removed. So Lego can save printing money. So I'm going to take the parts out and put... This does not look like an entire AT-AT, but then again, the inside of this set has barely anything to it. I suppose it's like more of a... It's not like an exoskeleton type thing, but yeah. I'm going to get this built. And yes, I've already started to think about 5,000 and what we can do. Right? See, for the 5,000 subscriber vote, I might do that very prematurely. White looks weird, but it looks weird on the old figures, and nowadays it's normal. Just sifting through what parts I have here, but I'm hoping this stream does well. These specials tend to be the most successful ones. There isn't too many ways. I will try and show TerraKiller also on camera. There we go. I'm just going to pin TerraKiller's comment. So, for all new streamers, yeah, guys, come on, special event. Let's not ban each other over who eats what items that comes out the ground. Things I said tonight on my stream. Got some of the bigger pieces out, like those plates. But I am just going to be sorting through some of the parts. Obviously, because then again, I think back in the day in 2008, because I did have this set as a kid, I'm pretty sure the parts all came in like one big bag anyway. Here's a bit of a mess, Wendy. Let's see what's being said. Apparently, this is what's happening. But yeah, I mean, if you want, you can have the chat up on your phone if you want to read it, because I will be asking you what things do. Just organising some of the parts. The shock troopers again are cool. Sadly, and this is the first year I've not done it in 6 years. There was no Clone Army video this year, which was a shame. The only years on my channel since it, so the Clone Army video started in 2018. I did not do one in 2019. Purely because in 2019 it was hard to buy clones in bulk for me because I wasn't making money. 2020 I did one, and I've done one every year after that. Unfortunately, this year I just couldn't do one. Do you know what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to go to the kitchen. I'm going to get a big bit of Tupperware. Because I've got all the tricks. Sometimes you take it and you hold it up and you can look at it underneath the tub to find parts. That'll be more efficient. Guys, you subscribed. Thank you very much. We're now on the job. We've just hit 4,000. We're on the journey to 5,000. Right.
Yay.
And if anyone hasn't checked it out, I started a new series. You can see the stand for it up there. I started a new series where I'm collecting all of the playable characters from Lego Batman 1. If you've seen my Complete Saga series, it's the same thing, but we're doing it with the first Lego Batman game, and trust me, I've been making some orders. I've ordered a good few figures for that project. Since the Complete Saga will probably wrap up within the next 6 to 8 months, I'd imagine. Just a rough timeline.
Rough estimate.
I don't see it being continuing in a year.
Nah. I has not even started building the brickheads yet because I'm waiting for when Captain Rex starts building. No basements.
Behold the genius.
That is a big bit of Tupperware.
So, here's what I'm going to do, right? I used to do this years ago with sets, and I've occasionally done it on streams. I'm going to pour all the parts into this so I can sift through easier without them going everywhere. '94 is where you started. It's a while ago now. Oh, this will make all the difference. Oh, brilliant. Sorry, what's being said? What is about cookies? I'm really confused. Anyway, enough about cookies. I have poured all the set's parts into this. What's this about coming to basements? Really? No, oh well. You know what? You need 500 what? Oh, money. What specifically are you saving for? Right, I'm going to put the two shock troopers up here. Their blasters will be in there somewhere. I think it's just the long rifle pieces. Oh, one's a short rifle. Anyway, we're going to start the building. So if you do build the turtles, that would be kind of cool if you did. I will build the battle pack or the land speeder. Either both battle packs or the land speeder, but not both.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to say things for other streams. Though then again, this will be a long stream. So let's get started. Very cool set. I think this is one of 3 iterations of this. So we've got 2008, 2014, and 2019. The other 2 have the more accurate figures that are based off the Kashyyyk stuff, but yeah, this one's cooler. Nowadays, they'd throw like Yoda or Chief Tarful in this, and it would end up being an expensive set on the aftermarket. But this just having Shock Troopers kind of helps it for its value. Because Shock Troopers, well, they were in a battle pack. They were in... Was it just a battle pack, actually? They were in a battle pack in 2007, so they're kind of easy to get a hold of that way. There may have been another set that I just can't put my finger on. Possible. Right, anyway, so we're starting off with this Technic bit. You don't have one... Oh, God. The 4K special, yes it is. Weirdly enough, probably not filmed in 4K. That'd be really funny. The 4K special is filmed in 720p. Just for jokes, you imagine. But yeah, we'll see what we can get done. He's also got that micro Falcon to build as well. Is that the one that I had in that cabinet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got 3 or 4 of those lying. I kept ordering stuff off eBay and sellers kept throwing it in as a bonus. So that's how I ended up with so many of those. I usually just, my plan was just to keep them and trade them at conventions. The rest of them anyway. I actually thought you'd got that at the Lego store because it is still an available polybag, I think.
It's not really a polybag. It's a paper bag.
Yes, I'm aware that they're called paper bags now because Lego likes to screw with people. I think Lego will regret the paper bag system eventually because of theft. And then look, how quickly, I'm going to move over a bit so you can see me as well. How quickly do you think that you could break all those paper bags, being one of these, and steal the pieces? It's a valid point to bring up. But I'd imagine the bit of this that will take me the longest time will probably just be the legs. Just a guess. Because it's got that third retractable leg. So I'm assuming that that'll have some sort of Technic insanity to work. Or maybe it'll be a really simple set. I don't know. It's 2008. Things are slightly simple, but not completely. This is probably around that time sets would start to get a little bit more complex. Hey, how's it going? Why are we debating the colour of a carrot? Look what they're saying.
Carrot is orange.
And if you know that, then that's in fact that you know that is more concerning for them. See? He identified the colour of a carrot, so why is it a point of discussion? I'm the most prestigious, amazing YouTuber ever. Do you know what? I appreciate people say that because it's, think about it like this, right? There's so many other people you could go watch. The fact that you choose to watch these is even more fun because, you know, I'm not on insanity money. I mean, like, so these videos have probably average production value. Well, the streamers don't. There's some people who somehow have editing and stuff going on streams. They think a carrot's purple. Right, this could be the first bit I have to properly dig for and look for. No, wait, I think that's it there. There we go. Damn it! I'm dropping a piece. So, do you get both brick heads or is it do you get both the front and the bottom, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. I wasn't sure if it was like a 2-in-1. Like, I was thinking a bit something like that. Was it the Batman brickhead that was like that?
I'm thankful it's not like the Batman one.
Was it a brickhead or was that like the art sets? It was a brickhead, right?
It was a brickhead, 8-in-1.
So this is where we're at. This is kind of like the sides. This will be like the front of the ATAP. Right, now you get these pretty decently sized Technic pieces. Alright, we're building the leg quicker than I thought. I'd have thought, right, you'd have built like the main cab with the clothesins at the gun and the turret to a certain point, whereas you can flip it over without damaging it and then get started on the legs, but no, that would appear wrong. Right. Maybe I'll have this finished quicker than I thought, but if I'm still building this at a certain point, I think he's going to crack up another set, and then as will I. But we'll stream as long as possible. Like, we're planning to make this one a longer one. It'd be a shame if I did a half-an-hour stream for 4,000 subscribers, eh? What are we on about fights? Is it really time to...
Carrot colour.
They're still fighting over the carrot colour. Really? What comment section have I created?
Apparently one obsessed with carrots.
Oh, that's just nothing. Sometimes they have wars and like they comment nuking each other and other stuff. Go watch it. I think live stream number 122 and read its comment section. So I'm sure that's all of you guys started doing that. 49 subs. You're 1.5k. You are the comment section that loves the creator. I have noticed that, and that is appreciated. Right, where are these other pieces? I'll lift up in a second and show you the progress. I'm just keeping it close to me as I'm putting some parts on. I've got a feeling this is not the leg, but it's a leg attachment, and in this this might be what holds up, because the top gun in that can move. Huh, apparently I just made some sort of reference. Alright, move that over there. Can you agree the colour of a carrot is Rex plus Terra combined? So this is the components we got so far. How's your build coming along?
Very speedy.
Yeah. That's like the advantage of building an unopened set. I looked at buying a sealed one of these, right? But there's some sets that I will buy sealed, right? I bought my Super Star Destroyer sealed. My UCS B-Wing was a sealed set. Looking at my retro stuff to figure out what was sealed. I bought my Mystery Machine sealed. Palpatine's Arrest was sealed. The X-Wing, the TIE Fighter, the Falcon were all sealed. In fact, both X-Wings were bought sealed. Jabba's Palace was also a sealed set. I do occasionally buy them sealed, but that's only if I know I'm getting like a really good deal. Or, right, the cone helmet. Let's talk about it. So this cone helmet here, right, is from 2008. It's the Hasbro talking cone helmet that came out along with the Clone Wars. It says words, that stuff. I picked that up when 2023. Yeah. I picked that up about 3 years ago at a Comic-Con event. The two of us go to a yearly Comic-Con event, and it's a yearly video on this channel. I just picked it up there one year. It just happened to be there, and I was like, you know what, we'll take that. So I've combined both elements. For anyone just joining and wondering, we're building this. The 2008 ATAP. I'll put that down there in case I need demonstrations. Gotta love this box art though, the Kashyyyk. I will be keeping that box. I try my hardest not to keep boxes, and I fail at it constantly. I throw away the modern boxes because they're not interesting. Yeah, right. We'll get one of those. An ATRT. I have the one from the 2010 Clone Turbo tank. Behind me, down in there, it's probably not obvious. I'll show you. So I've got the one from 2010 that's currently not on the shelf. I've got the one from that new battle pack. They're in a bag. And I've got this ATRT here from 2005. It's my Revenge of the Sith shelf. The set we're building, I'll have to go in here somewhere. Which means restructuring that. And all the fun that comes with. Right, so that's on. No, right, now we're building some interior stuff. We're building one of the little stations for the shock troopers. Right. That one there. That there. Oh, right, that's a unique way of doing a control panel. I quite like that, actually. As I said, I've probably not held in hand for at least 14 or 15 years. Smell that. Do you know what that strongly smells like? A takeaway pizza. Turns out I'm having a stroke. Oh, we've just offended someone. Scooter specialist. Wait, why would people Nick? Well,
Nickname, not Nick.
Ah, okay. So we've got the two blasters for the shock troopers. It's two long rifles, so that's pretty cool. I'm just looking for a little detailed panel piece that's in here somewhere, which I found with like surprise. Given the amount of parts on this I want to sift through, this is going like suspiciously easily. Where's the hidden camera that's gonna jump out and prank me? I'm on to you. Oh great, now I'm quoting that one episode of The Simpsons. I do, however, need to find the lever. There we go. But yeah, I hope everyone's enjoying the 4,000 subscribers live stream. And trust me, 5,000, like, granted, building an ATAP from 2008 is cool. But I feel that with 5,000, right? 5,000, we got to go higher. We got to go bigger. There's a few sets I've discussed over the course of this year from streaming on YouTube that I've wanted to get my hands on that I think would be brilliant live builds. Maybe 5,000 is the way we do that. Or, alternatively, we do something a bit bigger, right, for 5,000 and save the big guns for 10,000, which will probably about a year or two time. Well, who knows? Maybe it'll come sooner than that. Like, I'll up the price range for the next vote slightly, but not, like, by a lot. Like, enough to the point where you'd see a difference. Because I'll admit, all the sets that were in the 4,000 vote were under 100. None of them were that, like, I think this cost me 60 to pick up. I even about 150 for a sealed copy, but I just didn't. This wasn't a set I particularly felt the need to buy sealed. I don't know. See, a lot of you, because I bought the Super Star Destroyer sealed, think that I buy all my old stuff sealed. Hell no, the price, how much money that would cost. Ouch. Not that rich. No, I want my audience even to think that I am. I'm not rich, I'm irresponsible. Same with him.
Yeah.
I'm not rich, I'm just bad with numbers. But I tell you what I'll do, right? I will put a thing in the community tab where you can suggest ideas for what we should build, right? For 5,000. No, look, 5,000 might not come till September, October. It could be a long time. Or the growth can continue as it has been. And that could be, 2 months. I mean, we jumped from 4,000. We've got an extra 5 or 6 subscribers over today's goal. I was expecting the stream to happen today. In fact, I announced it when I was at 3,998 subscribers. Like, I prematurely announced this because I was like, well, the way it's going, it's happening. And also, well, I'm not stopping. I was working on some technical bits. I wanted to do it while TERRAKILERT1 was still here. But that was a must. Well, if I drop the piece or it's still on me. I have in fact dropped a small blue part. You could not take your torch and shine it in there, could you? It is small and it is blue. So one small pin pieces.
It's on the chair.
You know what? That's even better than the floor. Right, okay. And I didn't even actually need that piece. I was misunderstanding the instructions. That's even funnier. Right. Let's get these on. So I need 2 either side, so it's 4. So that's being said. So what's going on here? Sorry, I haven't read or looked at it for a little bit. So it'll be a long stream or not too long. The two of us want to go back to our show that we're watching is, well, anyone in the chat ever watched Better Call Saul? Or at least watched Breaking Bad? Update on the set. We've got these bits built. I'm working on some Technic part right now.
He's completed the one.
He has. Yeah, he's completed one of them.
And luckily they can just slot right back into the box.
So, are you going to do the pot? You've got that one to do, yeah?
The vehicle mode.
Yeah, he's got the vehicle one. Best Star Wars movie. Wrong answers only. The Acolyte should count as a movie if you watch all of it at once, which I've not seen it at all, but that's the best Star Wars. I'm someone who's just scrolling, who sat on my stream for 2 seconds, got angry with it. I have caused untold destruction. I am the menace. This is brilliant. Alright. Okay, just gotta grab this piece here and right. So this bit's a little bit like overhead for the clone set. See, people agree with my very stupid opinion and the fact that I said something funny. I can't lose.
You've lost the game.
Shut up, you. You get back in your hidey hole. For the last time, stop lifting up sewer covers. Right, for the last time, you're going to stop lifting up sewer covers.
But the Ninja Turtles are down there. They're my friends.
No!
It took me for a second to recognize the
Reference.
Family Guy reference.
What the hell is Family Guy? I'm joking, I know what it is. Right, first of the, oh, I don't know, it's the second bit these dark red pieces gotta be very careful. Aha, the surgeon. Right, we got that on there. Oh, my phone vibrated so hard it fell. Alright, tell you what, if anyone's new here, comment hi. I'm just curious how many new people we got. Alright, let's see. Right, okay, so that should be that. If I move this over, I can then hook this into you. There we go. Yes. There we go. We've got some of our Republic Walker. The best Star Wars movie ever is Spaceballs. Specifically the first one. You need to watch that while you're still here.
Yeah, we do.
Do we just stay? I'm gonna do it right. Do we stay up all night watching stuff, and then stay up all day tomorrow to try and fix our broken hook? I only do it for work and you do it for all these reasons. Yeah, right. We had an idea. I call it sleep because it rhymes with grug.
I can't sleep. Rhymes with grug.
I call it I'm losing my mind. It rhymes, not because it rhymes with grug, but because it's happening. What? Right,
Wait,
so
we're gonna watch all those videos.
What videos?
The Rhymes with Grug videos.
Ah! There'll be someone going, did you know that that's brain rot? Oh, God. For that same person, that streams for me. That, line these up. Best Disney movie. In terms of Star Wars, the best one they made was Rogue One. That's because Rogue One just felt like it was part of the original trilogy. That one didn't stray far out and make dislikable characters. Well, it made one or two. A lot of people don't like dinner stuff.
That's the only Star Wars movie person has seen.
It's a good movie. Fair, it's not a bad place to start. Granted, you would be missing a crap ton of context. But it's not a bad place to start.
Yeah.
You know, mostly that Darth Vader hallway scene. It's probably the most iconic part of that movie.
You know you have a good thing when you put a hallway murder scene.
There's a lot of those in Star Wars, though. There's the one with Darth Maul.
One with Maul. You got a Luke Skywalker one.
And you got the Vader one.
Vader.
Well, who did it? I think Vader did it best.
I'm pretty sure Daredevil done it first, though.
Probably.
Made it popular.
So the question is, Daredevil pre-2016?
I'm not sure. It might be in like 2014 or something.
I think Darth Vader perfected that. Just the violence and plot is brilliant. Right, so we're building the other seat for the Clone Troopers. I just got to find one more part and that goes on to the next page. Yep, the big ass Tupperware was the smart choice.
There is a specific reason for the reason Tarkin looks that way.
Well, yeah, he's CGI. Yeah, but Tarkin was CGI because the actor that played Grand Moff Tarkin in A New Hope, Peter Cushing, died in 1994. So he died 22 years before Rogue One came out. But he's one of those key characters you would want to have in there. He is in Revenge of the Sith, but because of the limited technology at that time, he's shot from a distance, but he briefly walks away from Palpatine on the Venator Bridge at the end. It was the only way they could have him in. They took an actor that slightly looked like Tarkin and used his face as part of the CGI. It's a bit like how they used some women from Switzerland to be Princess Leia. They didn't actually use Carrie for that, for some reason. A lot of the deep fakes or CGIs don't actually involve the actors' faces who played the character originally. A lot of the time it's lookalikes or someone who looks close enough as. So the CGI'd some random woman to be Princess Leia. I don't know who she is. Apparently the guy that is Tarkin's a bit more well known. Or he is more well known for other things. Like, I don't know. Do you think the Tarkin looks bad? I think it looks alright for what it's meant to be. Like, the Tarkin does the job. By the way, we're starting on one of the feet. I'll read your comments in a second.
I mean, when I play video games, like for example Battlefront 2, like, it looks very cinematic, like real life in an animated form, so I think Tarkin looks completely fine.
Look, it was the only way they could have Peter Cushing be there. And Grand Moff Tarkin, right, was a big part of the Death Star's construction. So him being in it makes a lot of sense. No, so Carrie Fisher, I think she actually died around the time that came out in cinemas. I think she died the day it released. I might be wrong, but I think Carrie Fisher, she had a heart attack on a plane and then passed away a couple of days afterwards. Basically, the way the guy who played Luke in Mandalorian, it is Luke, it is Mark Hamill. But the face isn't his. It's some guy who looks, if you'll Google it, by the way, he looks like Return of the Jedi looked to a point. But also he's not completely, so they mix the face with the actors or some crap like that. And you know what's funny about the one in the Mandalorian? People think Disney's one for Luke didn't look that great. And it didn't help that some guy in his basement made a better deep fake than Disney did. I'm sure actually he got hired once Disney saw it. So here we have a Captain Rest Production top tip. If you want a better job, just screw Disney. That sounded wrong. Anyway, I digress.
Oh no.
Anyway, we have briefly turned into Top Gear again. He's played by a guy called David Prowse, who was some Scottish guy, and you can find the reels from the 70s when they were filming it. Because a lot of the actors in A New Hope were English and Scottish because they filmed it on Elm Street Studios in London. So it was most of the actors are from the UK, especially in the original trilogy. You'll notice that most, if not all, the people in the Empire are from the UK. A lot of the Imperial officers are. But David Prowse was a bodybuilder, but his voice, weirdly enough, he's famous for being in a lot of roles where they never actually used his voice. He was in the UK in the 70s. He was the Green Cross Codeman in an advert. but he was dubbed over because people, they're like, English people might not understand your voice because he was very Scottish. Welcome to my autistic brain that knows very interesting facts. It's fun. Working on a foot. But yeah, what else to say?
Interesting building technique.
It's an AT-ATI because it's it's different. I'm annoyed that Lego never made that. See, I don't own any of the Rogue One sets. I owned the TIE Striker for a little bit. It's one of those many sets I sold when I was moving just to make some space. But Rogue One is the only Disney movie that I came out the cinema not hating. The two of us came out liking Dial of Destiny, and then we thought about it some more, and then we decided it was crap. Visually, Dial of Destiny is a good movie. Story-wise and acting-wise, it's very bad. It's got a really good nickname, though, with film buffs. The Diarrhea of Destiny.
The only person who did any good acting was Harrison Ford.
From what Harrison Ford says, they ruined his character with writing, like kind of like how Mark Hamill says the same thing about Luke. They rewrote the character. Mm-hmm. That woman that bossed him around the entire movie, you can tell the Kathleen Kennedy and her feminism nonsense was very rife in that movie. Yep. The fact that the movie ends with a woman slapping him in the face and then he wakes when he's crying is just like, well, great. That's not how anyone would picture Indiana Jones, but thanks, Disney. It's alright. Apparently they're going to make... There was talk at the time, I don't know where this went. See that woman that does slap him? They wanted to make a TV series using her. So you're going to call... I can understand making Star Wars without any of the original trilogy characters because it's, they're not the name of the brand. But you're going to make... Here's Indiana Jones, Part 7. Not starring Harrison Ford because, well, he's dead. Or a pillow. Well, he's not dead, but you get the point. It's like, wow, it's going to be a bit stupid. I don't know, I just thought the movie was awful. Like, I enjoyed it at the moment, but it's like, I actually thought about what I'd watched. And here's what happened. Here's how I changed my mind on that movie, right? Here's how I went and done basically a 360 on what I thought of that movie. So the two of us went to go see it. We thought it was good. I don't know what made you change your mind. But for me, I went home and was watching some people talk about it, right, on a podcast. And they went, if you genuinely think this movie is good, which it's not, go watch Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and you'll know what we're on about.
That's what caused me to change my mind for watching.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was not a good movie. It got so much hate when it came out back in 2008. But people who have went back and decided to rewatch the movie, most people have come away with the same opinion. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull got redeemed because Dial of Destiny was so bad. Disney successfully redeemed a disliked movie, which doesn't happen all that often, I would imagine. Like, now that you've seen Dial of Destiny, he's got the truck foam route, what do you think of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
That one Thanos scene from Endgame. Perhaps I treated you too harshly.
Here's the thing, right? People gave episodes 1 through 3 loads of crap for years. Revenge of the Sith was always the good one. Attack of the Clones was the worst one, and the Phantom Menace was the okay one, was how those were treated for years. Because those got laughed at when they came out, because they were now, let's be honest, they're good, but they're not original trilogy level. Mm-hmm. They're not going to be. But see when The Force Awakens The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker came out, people immediately changed their mind and went, you know what? No, the prequels aren't that bad. This is worse. Personally, I've never been a prequel disliker. I mean, granted, right? I grew up and watched the original trilogy probably 100 times before I seen the prequels, but I still think the OT is the better of the two. The OT is iconic. We are building the 2008 AT-AP. He's building the, well, he was building the Transformers brickhead set for Optimus Prime. And now he's built...
I've got the Bumblebee one.
Yeah.
Now I just need to make sure.
Is the Megatron one out yet?
It's not out yet, but it will be coming out soon. Along with the vehicle mode, which is tank.
Or is that what the brickhead is?
It's the same as this in the Bumblebee. You get...
Oh, you get the bot mode and the... Yeah.
They did not call it tank, though.
They cannot call it a tank. Right. Well, I might be right. This might be the retractable leg of the set. Let's see. Well, we're nearly an hour into this.
I forgot about my juice.
He died of dehydration. Well, don't worry. I'll be building this set all in one sitting. I promise something long. Or are you planning to get your Turtle set since this is going to be continuing for a while?
No, I'm going to do this.
I mean, after that.
Most likely.
Yeah, again, you'll probably be done that way before both of that and the Turtles before I get anywhere near finishing this. I say that, but I probably like the legs are probably the most time-consuming part on this build. I'll show you in a second, right? Once I've finished this element, how much is left of the build. So it's basically what's in here. Yes, we are the bros. We have established that. E. See, you're one of the bros. You've been adopted by my audience.
Instructions are so small, it's funny.
Look, this is the instructions for the Polybag Falcon. What the size of these? These are tiny.
So tiny, it's funny.
Oh, no, it's funny. I'm the laughingest laugher that ever laughed.
I thought it was a small booklet.
Does it come out really goddamn big?
Yes.
It's like IKEA instructions. Hey, let's go get some IKEA fish.
Ooh, gopherfish.
Oh, gopherfish. Of course, we're not quoting Jar Jar Binks. Do you guys really think we wouldn't? Right, time to work on the outside plating of the leg, and I imagine that'll be that. I'll be finished after that. With the leg, at least. Now, I might be wrong, but this could be... Look at the box. Might actually give me a clue here. After I put this bit on. This should probably be the retractable leg for the set. Because one of the legs, as you know, can fold into it. I'll be having all three legs down when it's on display on my shelf. But there we go, that's one of the legs. And it is... No, this is a side leg. Alright then. I was just listing how old they are.
Damn.
He's 20 and I'm 23. Well, I think everyone could guess that I'm older. Like, older than my audience. Well, you guys all are. Right, so we have that done. Right, I guess we're building another leg. Let's get into this. These legs do take up a vast majority of the whole thing, so yeah. I might stop commentary here and there, just to try and get a bit more speedy with this.
On the floor. Everybody wants a dinosaur.
Where the hell did that come from? I know what it is, but
We got called the dinosaurs of the gang.
see, this is like in work when, like, I'm 23 and I have 16-year-olds that come into work to start work experience, and they start calling me stuff like that. Or they use that term where they call, sorry, according to the current generation, if you were born before 2010, you are unk.
Yeah.
Sadly, I now have co-workers who were born that year who like to point that out as much as they damn can. But normally, I'm not allowed to run them over. Goddamn HR. Right. Yeah, I'm on the one now. Your legs don't work.
Ooh, gold bar. Peace.
I have a community. What should I rename it? What do you mean you have a community? Like, as in the community tab here on YouTube? I didn't realize you could name those. Like, genuinely, I had no idea that was a thing you could do. Right, what else do we got? This piece here. Instead, I'm trying to get speedy with this. But yeah, I'd appreciate if people could share this live as well. We are really trying to go for that whole, you know. We'll try and get there quicker. Well, the 5,000. So we hit 4,000 today, which is the 19th. So a day short of being 2 months since I last got it. Hit a subscriber goal. I'm aiming for the 20th of July. 20th of July, just based on what we've been getting, to hit 5,000. Let's see how possible that is. Now, I probably could have hit 4,000 a little bit earlier, but I did take a break from uploading occasionally. Just with, you know, the whole rearranging the room around. All I was doing was streams. Granted, I do get subscribers from doing the streams. Probably a few of you follow this channel as a result of live streams, but my short content and my main videos is what brings in people. Again, you know, a little shameless plug. If you've not seen the first episode of collecting every Lego Batman 1 minifigure, that came out earlier today, so yeah. Thank you for that. What do you mean your viewers don't like you? Right, so I'm just gonna guess it's this leg, middle leg, and then you build the cab and the turret. I'm gonna take out these plate pieces because they do make it look like there's more in here than there actually is. Just make it a bit easier to sift through. Oh, and we're coming up on the hour mark. So really, normally these are about an hour, my streams. Let's see how much further we can go. One sec, I'm just concentrating. I'll read comments on that in a moment. Go, just click that in. There we go. Perfect. So we just got to build up the other side in the top clip. It's going a little bit faster than the progress did with the other leg. Let's pull that back to get it in the pin. Oh, right, I'm doing this at the wrong angle. Right, okay. Problem solved. I'll put this bit on and I'll look at the comment section. Alright. I don't know where would you put that.
I have an idea.
What, on the back of it like in the film? Is that what you were thinking?
Not sure if it will work.
Well, obviously the underside. What kind of connection has it got? Well, you could just Google a picture of the back before going to the effort. Just Google 2006 Tortoise Shore and see what it's like.
I will wait.
You what?
I will wait.
You will wait.
I will wait.
What?
What?
What? Welcome to the live stream where we occasionally go German for a few minutes. Oh no. What's the one? That one German subscriber I don't have comes in. Let's see what's going on here. I'm in. Yeah, what are people saying? Now look, all anyone posts on YouTube is random shit.
Yeah.
That's how I would best describe this to people. But then again, I've got people who come in at these comment sections and think I've made basically the best thing ever. So I appreciate that. So then, I've got a question for everyone watching. Do you think that we can do 5,000 subscribers this year? I think we can. That will have meant my channel so far this year has gained 2,000. So, it's a real question, then. We can do it. I have not bought the new Lego Batman game purely because I don't have a console that can play it. I am not up to date with consoles. I mostly play older consoles. But I have bought Lego Batman 1, 2, and 3. And the others are currently playing through the first game. See, after Better Call Saul, I'll just play a couple levels before we watch any of the Woods. Yeah. I'll keep forgetting we've only got tonight and tomorrow night. Oh, well. You don't sound happy about that.
The game does come out on Friday.
The game comes out, are you going to buy it?
No, because if I get it, I want to fully complete it and unlock everything. But I don't want to spend all the money on the Lego sets. Someone
will eventually start selling those bits. So see in the sets, you'll get a little code or something, yeah?
Yeah.
People will start to sell those on eBay. That's been done before with Lego games. Give it a month and you'll be able to get all that stuff easily. That's more or less what I'm going to... I can't play the game until I buy a PS5 or an Xbox Series S. Now, I don't have either, but at some point this year, I'm going to have to upgrade my console anyway, so that I can play Grand Theft Auto 6, providing that game actually exists and it's not a troll by Rockstar. Yeah, I don't trust them. Would you trust Rockstar? That's what they've done for 13 years. all the lives they've not ruined because people don't care that much.
I see someone on Instagram turn the midi scale Falcon, the
one that I have sitting over there.
yeah, the new one.
Yeah.
Into a transformer.
I have seen. Wasn't it Megatron they turned into?
No.
No?
Just
I may
using-
have just seen one that was Megatron then. So, are you getting your turtles? You gotta get the turtles.
Yeah, I'll get the turtles.
He's gonna get his little turtles brickheads. And if I'm still building this, if I finish this while he's building that, I will grab one of 3 sets from the shelf. Because those sets up there, those sealed 2010 sets, they're not actually being saved for anything. I've just not had the opportunity. Because people have been asking that, what they're saved for. Nothing. Let's be honest, if I was doing a special stream, I probably wouldn't buy those for it. They were just really good deals on some sealed sets from back in the day. But a part of me wants to keep them sealed because nostalgia of those sets is very high. Yes, it'd be nice to have physical copies, but it's also kind of cool having 3 sets from the exact same wave sealed in box. Especially the 2010 wave. That's cool to me. No, there's not anything else special coming up this year other than if we continue to reach other goals. I want to buy something not too expensive, right? So I did 100. So I've had a price range for some of these votes, right? My price range was 200 for 3,000. My price range was 100 or less because we're on a little bit less money when I did the vote, which obviously you guys picked the 80AP, right? I'm looking to go up to 500. Just so it'll be 5,000 subscribers. There could be some cool sets in that price range, by the way. Now, of course, due to YouTube's fun voting system, I can only pick 4 options. So I'm going to narrow it down to 4 options. The Land Speeder would be the one today, or one of the. I would like to say the 2 battle packs for just like a random casual, possibly a Sunday or Saturday live stream. You know, something nice like that. Any success, remember those plates will not be held on by a lot. So yeah, we've got the 2 legs on this. Time to start that 1 leg that can come off. Right, so same this build, I will say, if you're thinking about buying this you're not a fan of repetitive builds, unfortunately for you, this is exactly that. It is one of the more repetitive ones. And I'll tell you one thing, right? We could even start doing work to the episode 1 set in this stream. So, episode 1 shelf. Not confirming that I'll do that, but it is an option. If I'm depending on phone battery, how I'm feeling. I don't know, I kind of feel special streams should be longer. Plus, the longer it goes, it meant like the more views and the more people can get in. Why 175? I'm curious. See, that would be good logic, but I don't think I'll be at 5,000 subscribers by live 200. I mean, I could be. Like, tomorrow... Have you successfully done that? Does it look stupid?
Yes.
How stupid? Does it look... Oh, we're talking here.
Quite the cookie.
I mean... Alright, you want to see what I've done with that Falcon? I'll show you what I've done with that Falcon. That's where Terra has put the Falcon. And to be fair, it's not noticeable from the... Oh wait, yes it is.
Yes, it is.
I would have put it down, facing down the way. Isn't that the way I would have done it? I don't know. I don't know. It's funny.
Because of the spacing of the legs, it is only affected by one bit.
Yeah. Right, he is going to retrieve his Ninja Turtles one. For anyone just joining, we're building this. I've currently got a good chunk of it done. Obviously, I'm just working on this foot here, but I'm going to go get a snack. You want something? I don't know what we have. Right, I was going to walk over here. I'll be back in 1 minute because there's a slight recess or break or whatever.
I've got the turtles.
Yeet.
Right, let's open up the turtles. Ninja Turtles. I have got the other chat here, so that's how I'm able to reply so quickly to y'all. Oh, joy. Ah. Paper bags. Fun.
Sorry, what did you just say?
Paper bags. Fun.
I thought you said something else. You can swear on these streams. 1 moment. Yeah.
Chrome lightsaber. I have a portion of ADHD. My favourite turtle is and forever will be Michelangelo. Also, the instructions that came in this paper sort of mini bag thing, quite odd. One, two, three, four. Turtles, count them out.
One second. Going. That's good. Yes.
So bag one. Ooh. Brick separator. A carrot. Some would say. And empty. I reply to my counter question back to you, Scooter. What is your favorite turtle? If you have one.
That's what's been going on since I was away. What insane statements have been said?
That's my favorite turtle.
Your favorite turtle?
Yes.
For the last time, kids, stop opening up sewer covers. You were that child, weren't you?
The only reason I would go to New York.
What? There's another reason you go. You're just not going to say it on stream.
Why would we go to a memorial?
Shut up, shut up, shut up. From the LSW Discord, you are both. How are we both losers?
I've seen it and thought nothing of it.
Loser. How many subscribers you got? So you're not even in there. I know what Discord is on about. I know you're not in it.
Yeah, I don't really use Discord.
Yeah, I use it now and again.
Got a pizza inside the stomach.
That's probably inside of ours as well. I've got an idea. Let's add to that pizza box collection. Hey, that's rare vintage of 5 days ago. That's worth exactly 25 pence and change. The joke is we've ate far too many pizzas. Yeah, I want to know what makes me a loser. Because as far as I can tell, I am very well respected and enjoyed by quite a lot of people on this platform. So, joke's on you, pal. What do you think of the set I'm in, Melbourne?
Good so far.
It's an interesting set. I believe this is one of those blink and you'll miss it things that is in Revenge of the Sith, but you have to look out for it. There's a lot on the Kashyyyk beach that you just have to pay attention and try and find. That is a fun scene to pause and just like have a little look for a few minutes. You do see like, because I done that a few years ago, because a lot of the Lego sets that represent Revenge of the Sith is just stuff, hey, I don't remember seeing that. I'll go, oh wait, yeah, you just have to look really goddamn closely. I am in a Lego Star Wars Discord for a Lego manufacturer or a Lego custom manufacturer called Brick Rebellion. And I think I've shared pictures in there at least once or twice of the complete saga stand. Brick Rebellion, for context, if you've not seen my series, has made a lot of the figures that are on that stand. And they're brilliant figures at that. In fact, I think tomorrow I've got the Bush Leia arriving. I think. Same guy that made the Endor Han. Yeah, doesn't matter. They want to call me a loser. You can call me a loser. I'm not bothered. He is a loser. So I have to turn on you for the comedy aspect. We'll make up again in the 5th season. Alright, my back is hurting from the chair I'm sitting in. Where's the time and all? That is in my head right now because my back does hurt from being in this chair. But I need to get something more comfortable for streams. The reason I've got a camping chair, right, is I'll use it when I'm gaming. Is the camping chair has, The ability to fold away. So you have to buy a proper chair. I couldn't. But then again, a proper. How would you like to go to IKEA and help me find a chair? That's great. I'm not actually thinking about that. Ah, I could make a chair work in here. Or do you disagree with me on that one?
Yeah, you probably could.
Because I'm smart.
The way you're good at space saving.
Well, here's the thing, right? I think I shock people, right? Especially my viewers. Like, I've had comments from like 2 years ago, like, you're out of space. I create space with creativity. And I still get to have the display I want. So, like, my worry a while ago was ending of an M&R Productions, the way his display was at one point, with the ladder shelves that were like sets were just piled on each other, which looked bad. We are that. Gee, you're the best YouTuber ever. I just said so. Make some videos now. You should make a short. Use the bed as a background if you want. With these, even find the Ninja Turtles theme. I'll get you some viewership. Ends up exploding his channel to like 10k subscribers. Hey, I had one short that got me a what? 200 subscribers alone? And it was one of the really weird ones. Hey, look at my dog. Hey, that's my new dog. Not.
Hey, look at my new dog.
No, it's not that. It's. Hey, want to see my dog? Yeah, sure. This is whatever. Oh, and then it's like, holy crap, man, that's not a dog. And it was me showing the ATTE in Cloud City, and I don't know why, but that video got 86,000 views. I still don't understand how that happened. I'm impressed, but I don't understand it. So then, place your bets. The 4,000 subscribers live stream. How many subscribers do you think I got during this? I'm just curious. What do you think? I know one person commented to subscribe, so that one at the least. But I am going to ramp up the production of shorts to at least 4 a day and try and get 2 videos out a week. Because in March has been the best month I've ever had. Over 900,000 views. We reached, obviously, 3,000 subscribers in March. And I was up. The amount of videos I came out with in March was nuts. Oh, that one. That one's funny. I've used that. People come in my comment section and give me crap for using the same audio more than once. And? So. Right. So that is the third leg of the ATAP done. So from here on out, it should just be the cannon and the bodywork. Let's get this on here. That does hook into those 2 front Technic pins. Is that really how this goes on? I would have thought this would be more... I know it's 2008, right? And I have like quite a few other sets from this year. I thought this would have had a bit... I'm breaking it now. I thought there'd been more to this mechanism. Like I said, I had this set years ago, but it's, again, 2008 was a depressing amount of time ago. In your head, right, how long ago was 2008? Without calculating or putting serious thought into it.
Like about 8 years.
2018 was 18 years. 2018. 2008 was a very long time ago. It's like the retractable leg. But I am not entirely sure how it does the retracting. Ah, there we go. I got to retract. See, certain audio. So I used to do the shorts, right, where I would talk, but YouTube stopped pushing those. So I just simply started using whatever audios are popular and just had to come up with a Lego reason to use them. Success. Right, so here we have all 3 legs. So from here, it will just be the panels. I can't imagine there's much else it needs. This leg, this could be a problem. Is that going to repeatedly just drop down? Like I'll be displaying it in battle mode anyway. So that means the leg has to be down. So where are we at battery wise? 57. We can stream for a while.
It was last previously at 70 when you started.
79. If I've used 22% to get over an hour and a half, then this will be one of my longer live streams.
That is not bad. That is really cool.
I'm sorry, I may have made a slight mistake for building this. Did I? I'm hoping it's not the way I think I've done it. Like, it is a simple fix, but yeah.
It is never fun when you make a mistake.
Try doing it on a UCS set. That one up there, that 07 Falcon, the instructions for that were hard to follow in some places. Because a lot of the Technic is dark grey. And the set's a bunch. It's difficult to distinguish what you're looking at in some cases. Is it bad that I have a 3D printed? That's cool. I forgot, you're right into your war stuff. Alright, I see where I have made my mistake. And is it easy enough to pull out and repair? Yes, it is. So I made a mistake, but I've not made a, oh crap, the whole build's going to have to come down. Mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Those, oh god. So I need to take out this floor. Pop that out apparently, and take the Technic with it. That makes sense. And slide out this part. What?
If you had a 3D printer, would you upscale a Lego set?
Nah. How much that would cost? Because I understand that the 3D printer ink is not cheap.
3D printer doesn't take ink. It takes.
Well, it's equivalent of it. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that that is
filament.
not. I understand that filament is expensive. And so say you're upscaling a Lego set that's got, I don't know, thousands of pieces in it. I've watched a guy who's done it. It does appeal to me, but the cost side of it probably would shut it down for me. Like, I could have, well, let's be honest, right? I probably could afford to do it, but I just won't for the sake of it. Would probably be quite stupid. Where do you put a thing like that when you're done? Like, I feel if you're going to upscale, right, a Lego set, you're going to want to do it to something big. Like, granted, I've watched a guy, I think it's over YouTube Shorts. He is upscaling the 2012 Malevolence. That is a cool project. I've seen a lot of the stuff with like the accurate ones, like all the World War II vehicles. Like, let's be honest, like without saying what it is, because it would get me in trouble. I've seen accurate ones involving like even down to those symbols. You'll know exactly what I'm on about. I think the most interesting one I've like, there's a guy I follow on YouTube, right? I'll try and remember the name of the channel. Essentially, he does conventions and stuff, right? And he takes his accurate World War II stuff, and he goes into these sections and see what people like. Some people building like Rudolf Hess's plane and stuff like that, or things like that is actually kind of nuts. Now, of course, my favourite thing I've ever seen someone pull off is the giant Lego
symbol.
What?
The no-no symbol.
Yes, the no-no symbol painted by the H-Man. Right.
Hondo Onaga.
apparently. And they had made Gustav. No, Gustav. I've to explain this to you. So Gustav, right, is one of 2 railway artillery guns built by the Germans, and this thing would need 2 railway tracks side by side to move. And it was absolutely huge, and bombers couldn't destroy it because how big it was. So it's one of like the very. It could shoot things, and shells would land in like other countries and stuff. The thing was huge. Gustav. The Gustav gun. There was another, I can't remember the name of it, but there was another one of those artillery guns that the Germans wanted to use in the Battle of Berlin, but they were unable to set it up, and it was destroyed. I can't remember if they chose to destroy it or not, to stop the Soviets from using it on them. It wasn't, they destroyed it using powder. See, they tried bombing Gustav and it wouldn't work. So they dropped, it was like thermite powder or something crap like that. It's like this powder stuff, and when you set it on fire, it burns like crazy. It goes right through metal. That's how they destroyed the Gustav. The other gun, like I said, the Germans attempted to use in the Battle of Berlin, but were unable to use it. So, you know, the H-man decided to be the biggest hero of World War II. He somehow got past the German lines, got past the Soviets, got himself into the Führer bunker and shot himself. Biggest hero of World War II. Don't say that in a history class. That's like one of many things I said that got me in trouble. You're also not allowed to point out that the H-man started World War II, even though he did. It was like American paratroopers did it. I am waiting for somebody to point out that I'm wrong. You nearly done those?
No, I've only just done
one of them.
Leonardo.
I'll be cracking open that land speeder, maybe. That land speeder is a fine 2010 vintage. Wow, I'm talking about it like it's wine. Whoopsie.
Did you know that James Arnold Taylor actually voices Leonardo?
I did not know that, no.
Voices Leonardo in the 2007 animated movie, which deserves a sequel.
Is there a reason it hasn't had one?
I do not know the exact reason.
What else being said? He's 20 and I'm 23. All I can remember, it was the same type of gun as Gustav, but had a more female sounding name. It was named, I think it was named after a German actress. Again, I could be wrong. I like to sit and watch a lot of the World War II. He'll attest to this. I watch a lot of World War II stuff on YouTube. That one time you logged it in my account.
No, but I wish we were brothers.
Well, we're close enough. We do look similar, to be fair. I look older, but I am older. Dye your hair brown and we'll be sorted. I'll give him an idea, God.
I'm bored. Bring my Majestic. Execute him. Bring out the brand, man.
And we're cancelled. See, he's pointing out things that are very true. We've been friends for, what, 9 years? That makes me feel old. Right, side paneling. And we put that there, and we find these screen dots. Right, now the build will pick up pace because there's no more of that building the same thing. exactly the same way. It's a little bit more variation. A build can sometimes take a while when you're building repetitively. And before people start asking me this in the comment section, yes, I'll review this. Yes, there'll be more reviews this year because there's been none. I don't think I've reviewed a single set this year. That's granted because I've not bought any of the 2026 set. I have bought one of them. So far this year there was only one. It wasn't even because I wanted the set. It's because I wanted the minifigures from the set as part of a project. I honestly cannot remember the name of the gun, but I know Gustav. It was a gun similar to Gustav that was in Germany. It was on the outskirts, and I think if I remember right, the Germans disabled it as the Soviets advanced because they wanted to use it on them, but it wasn't going to work. So they disabled the gun so they couldn't. Because I'm guessing you're not clued up. No. The Battle of Berlin is like the Germany's final kind of main fight in World War II. They didn't surrender at the Battle of Berlin. That's where the H-man decided to shoot himself. He done that because his ally Benito Mussolini saw what they had done to his body and didn't want that happening. They strung him upside down from a petrol station and allowed a crowd to beat him. He was the fascist leader of Italy. Damn. You know that guy in The Young Ones who dresses up as Mussolini and does all the funny noises? That's who's taking the mick out. And on your way out, watch out for the special branch. You're sure I remember the line, didn't you? Hold on, we'll be right back. That's it. They all called it Gustav too. Alright, a documentary I watched said it had gave it a more feminine name. Unless the Germans just decided to unofficially nickname it something else. But then again, right, at that time, Germany went nuts trying to destroy documents and stuff. They took one of their special camp facilities and burned it to the ground and wrecked up the foundations to try and hide it. But I think they got screwed because the Germans successfully found... Crap, which camp was it? I think they found Dachau was the one that's intact. And I think they were so angry they went around shooting all the SS guards. Even though they were told not to do that. Yeah, following orders is a silly idea. Yeah. Again, I think the Germans disabled that one, or it just had problems with it. But it was, as far as I'm aware, it was not used in the Battle of Berlin. By the way, there's on Temu. I've never bought one, right? But maybe I should buy one. In fact, I might go and buy one after the stream, depending on the price. See, do you know what's funny? Winston Churchill would get so... In fact, he has been cancelled modern day. Winston Churchill's had statues pulled down and everything. Even though I was like, well, wait a minute. Yeah, the guy might have said some things that would not be acceptable. But a lot of things people need to think about is when he said these things, right? It will outrage at that time if he said those things. Anyway, he was the Prime Minister that led us through the war. But weirdly enough, right? Winston Churchill stopped being Prime Minister in 1945. He was not re-elected. And he did run for it as well. One of those weird things in history. Like you would think, considering he was the one that led Britain during World War II, and got elected again. Yeah. I think they had a commemorative coin out for him last year because it marked 60 years because he died in 1965. I think he lived till he was like 80 or something.
Someone played him in an episode of Doctor Who.
He is like now super cancelled just because he said some things that start with an R word. Right, well, I don't really care. No, he was 100% better than the Prime Minister we currently have. I like how we've got into World War II and World War II politics. It's a subject I know a bit about. I'm not complaining.
Someone else also played him in the show Peaky Blinders.
Like, see, when it comes to like British prime ministers, right, the people from other countries can name, he's usually top of the list. He's correction. Winston Churchill's the only prime minister people can name for not stupid reasons. Like, see, if you bring up any of our other prime ministers we've had, it's usually not for positive reasons that they're mentioned. Margaret Thatcher, the milk snatcher. David Cameron, the retard. Keir Starmer. And now I'm cancelled. I'm going to get arrested by the state. Right, we've got this bit done. For how old this set is, I think the paneling on this is really well done. Like, there's not too big a gap on this. I'm going to show you where we're at. Yeah, he died 1965, and I think he was 82. Basically, most countries after that war didn't want to do military spending, but I would argue he's right there. Samuel, you've done a big conflict. You know what? Because a lot of countries in the 1940s, and this was going through the 90s until it collapsed and was replaced by the Russian Federation. But loads of people were worried that the Soviet Union would kick off and start World War III, because the Soviets and America did not have a good relationship. And one of the only reasons the Soviets joined us was because the certain symbol people wanted try to invade. It was like the Battle of Stalingrad. Because here's the thing: like the Allied powers all had the same idea in mind. They all wanted to fight for the same thing. Whereas the Axis powers, like, because you know Germany would not have stood for what those other things stood for. So I'm not going to I can't really discuss that part of the subject on YouTube, but yeah, they were less tactically smart. I got to the point at the end where the H-man was commanding armies and giving orders to units that didn't exist because he was delusional. I'm thinking of that Instagram reel where I've got you hired the H-man? Right, so I'm just building the opposite side of that door, then it'll just be the top and the gun. Well, look, it still remains that I could be pulling out that land speeder, so let's hold out hope. I'm kind of hoping he does take a while of that. He then intentionally does it. Because it's him. And it's the kind of thing that he does. He's tearing families apart with this. Well. Larry, there's an intervention. You need to stop breaking people's necks. What? Larry!
Larry!
I watched a documentary a while ago, Scooter, that was quite good. And it was all about, like, so obviously the bunker was buried right immediately after they got rid of that. They got rid of the Reich Chancellery next to it because the bunker in the Chancellery Garden. They got rid of all that as part of kind of trying to fix Germany after the Second World War. And they remained off limits. And, you know, it was occasionally opened if it had to be because it was next to the sewer lines and all that. Because the bunker they either destroyed the emergency exit to the bunker, like maybe the first 2 levels, where there was a deep bunker. And it was in 1988, they were rebuilding the area. And a photographer, and this is before the Berlin Wall came down, he snuck over the wall and took famous pictures of the bunker in the 80s. And about like how the guy nearly went to prison over it. You know, for taking pictures of that. Because in the 1980s, they weren't too, they didn't really want to talk about the history. Because, you know, it's not, like, see in some cases, the victor will always paint that version of history. So the people who did do it will always be painted as bad. And it's just seen as victors, you know, telling the story. Whereas in World War II, like Germany, there's like that. They can't really deny that they were given a bad time. Or they can't claim they were given a bad time. You kind of set up a system. I like to think they got their revenge by having BMW cars overly complicated.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's not going to happen.
Of course you're going to find that. That's like the main thing you'd find. Weirdly, that flag, right? So that flag is illegal in Germany for obvious reasons. Weirdly enough, so I was reading this thing about a veteran, right? And he was very old veteran, and you know he served in that part of Germany, that timeline in Germany, and he was going through it was the German Navy Museum that they've set up. And he was looking at all the flags, and he goes, "Look, I know that it's not a part of history we like to talk about, but I served under this flag, so that flag's now there in a German museum." It's like, well, they've kind of had to. Germany over the last couple of years has been a bit more accepting. They did all that stuff. Crap, is that a piece?
Oh, there it is.
All right, you just said it. I don't know, that flat. Germany have become more accepting of it. Like, yeah, we did all these bad things, but, you know. Hey, man, hey, Brick Republic, how's it going? Welcome to the 4,000 subscribers special stream. How you doing? We're building, he's building the Ninja Turtles brickheads. I'm building this. To be fair, there probably would have been brand new flags down there that just weren't used. Then again, right, I was watching this video, you can find it by a guy called Mark Felton Productions on YouTube. And he was talking about whether or not a certain person technically has a grave. And people have been found leaving flowers in random parts of a random part of that car park that was built over the bunker. So it's like, well, does this group know something we don't? Because the official story was, obviously, the remains, they were burned. And the Soviets found them, dug them up, put them in an ammo crate. They sat in an embassy, I think, for quite a long time. Then they were moved to Moscow, examined, and then dumped in a river. Conveniently, it's like they had his skull, right? Allegedly. And in the 90s, people were like, well, you've got this skull. Do you want to test it? Okay. So, we've got the results, and we say it's his. Can we have a test? Can we test the skull? No, we've accidentally burned it and dumped it in a river. It always happens. You know, because that's the Soviet Union telling the truth for you. Oh, I hate that. Always happens to me. It's happened to you. You know, you go to DNA test an infamous person's skull and you have to accidentally burn it. It happens all the time. It is a really cool build. This is the 2008 model. So this is the first version of the set. Got that retractable leg and such. It is a cool set. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done a stream this long. We're only 2 hours in. Question: since you're a viewer, do you get the stream timer thing up? What do you see? Because I've never watched mine for a long.
I don't get the timer now. That's just what it shows.
Oh, Roger. Figure lineup is basic but brilliant. You grab the helmet. So 2008, all you got was some shock troopers. You got 2 of these. The ones with white hips were exclusive to the set. We did not get clone troopers with white hips again till 2020. I do like how they look, but the black hips is a bit more. Well, more clones have got black hips than white hips. Well, that's not true. Hermann Göring was at the trial, the Nuremberg trials. Hermann Göring, and I'm just guessing I've spelled his name wrong, was the highest ranking defendant at Nuremberg. And they sentenced him to the gallows, and he wasn't really having that. So the night before, he took a cyanide capsule, smuggled in some hand cream. He denied them the joy of hanging him. And then Hermann Göring, and then all the other defendants from Nuremberg, their ashes, their bodies were taken, burned, and then dumped in the sea. Only one or two people from the Reich actually have graves. There were people who died pre the fall of the regime. So there's one guy, crap, what's his name? Can't remember the guy's name, but he was like, this guy was like a right bastard. And he got taken out by partisans in Prague. He actually died because a bit of infected seat leather got into one of his wounds. He has a grave in Germany. But it is like repeatedly vandalized. Hermann Göring wasn't the Gestapo. Heinrich Himmler was the one that was in charge of the SS. Hermann Göring was in charge of the Luftwaffe. He was a pilot. And before the end, he was actually by the H-man, or I don't think I can say his name on stream without getting in trouble. The H-man turned around and basically, like, see, towards the end of the war, he turned around and says to him, well, look, if you're stuck in this Berlin bunker, I'll take over when you die. And he saw that as betrayal and tried to order the SS to try and go after Hermann Göring. And his name of Heinrich Himmler got the same treatment. No, the Gestapo and SS was in charge by Heinrich Himmler. He was another one where I think the case was he got captured by Brits in Germany, and they were going to examine him, and he bit down on a pill and ended himself. Apparently, I've just re-educated someone. Hermann Göring, he had this big, like, he wasn't as war crimey as he did commit war crimes, but he wasn't like up the level of some of the other ones.
I am going to commit various war crimes.
Yes, that short mustached individual. That one who painted things sometimes. So we're now just working on the back of the model. This set feels like it's from 2008. There's some sets when you pick them up or build them, you kind of get the feel of where they're from. A modern set you can tell because they're small and overpriced.
Yeah, that's true.
So he had this big estate. You hear all these things about trains and tunnels full of gold, right? Hermann Göring is kind of where that one comes from because he was obsessed with like art. That's one of his war crimes was stealing. And he had this big thing called Kadenhall, and this big mansion, and it was in the Albus Augsburg near Germany. And that's where all like the big leaders had all these nice houses. It got bombed by the RAF, but Göring ordered that house looted and destroyed. Most of the houses at the Albus Augsburg are gone. The British and Americans just leveled them all. But I think the house of the architect Albert Speer is still there. It was one of the main ones. Funny enough, he went to give an interview in the 80s to the BBC while he was here. He died suspiciously. He collapsed and had an alleged heart attack or something. Because some of them did get very light prison sentences, the ones that hadn't committed severe atrocities. The fact that we're discussing this in a live on stream. Wow. Interesting subject. I'm educating you. So it wasn't an hour before, it was like 24 or 48 hours beforehand. They married because like they kind of realized what they were gonna have to do eventually. A lot of books and a lot of movies tell the history a lot more wrong. But then again, a lot of people go by accounts from other people in that regime. And it's a little bit, well... So like the whole one to do with the H-man's ashes, it's, well, the main person with the main narrative there is another member of his regime who is kind of going to lie anyway. Oh, these meant to hook this. They'll look alright to you at the front.
Yeah. Is it supposed to look like that?
See, there's all, try to make sure it's all lined up alright. Yeah. Alright, we're fine. I'm trying to line it up because it's not perfect. Like, it's not got a perfect centre of gravity. No, they didn't capture it during that. Because after he shot himself, obviously he had ordered, I think it's a guy called Otto Axmann, as well as some other people, to take the bodies outside and burn them. While that was happening, they had to dig a crater in the ground. They used a bomb crater, actually, to dispose of them both. And they gave them a short, like, kind of funeral or whatever. Done their saluting and stuff. Burned the H-man and his wife's bodies. And then, when they done that, they had to make it quick. Thank you, man. They had to do it really quickly because there was still artillery fire from the Soviets. So they didn't have time to properly burn them. And that's how the Soviets were able to figure out who they were. Most people are telling me I should have been a history teacher.
You would have done well, though.
Nah, I'd have got sacked already. What do you mean you told history accurately? You're fired. Do you remember in history class you could not mention the H-man? For some reason he was off. You didn't take history, did you?
I did, but
So, when I was in history class, right, you were not allowed to mention him. We did a subject called the politics of World War II. I would argue that he's a big part of that. But the school I went to was a little bit sensitive. We went to the same high school. So they would intentionally ignore him from that part of history just to save talking about it, which I think was stupid. Right, working on the top. How many more of those have you got to build?
Two.
So, are you taking a break?
sorry.
Tell you guys what, if he takes a break till I finish this, I will get up. What kind of battery percentage we on? Oh no, it wasn't even the bones that they found. It was they found like just charred remains. They couldn't get it heat enough to burn the two of them. It was, like I said, it was done quickly, and they had to go inside again because of gunfire. Because it was the same deal with two other people that done the same thing. So Joseph and Magda Goebbels. Joseph Goebbels was Hitler's crap, I've said his name. H-man's propaganda minister. So he's in charge of making films and stuff that made the right look good and all that. He went outside with his wife, Magda Goebbels, did poisoning their kids with cyanide, and then they went outside the bunker. He shot his wife and then shot himself, and then the SS infantry inside the turrets shot their bodies a bunch more times just to make sure. Same thing, they found a lot of their remains intact as well. Just because, well, active war zone, try to dispose of them was a bit difficult. Plus, after that H-man was gone, they kind of were busy trying to figure out who the hell was in charge. Because only so many people stayed in that bunker. A lot of people decided to get the hell out before the Soviets came. Because if you were a German in World War II, you did not want to get captured by the Soviets, because the Soviets were very brutal towards, like, they didn't really care about, you know, extracting information. It was more about just, like, savagery. Plus, they had a personal thing against Germany. So a lot of the German officers that survived, for example, Hermann Goring, intentionally surrendered to the US because they knew it was better treatment. Same with the British. Whereas the Soviets kind of just would have... look at Benito Mussolini for everyone's what I'm talking about. His jaw and his skull, there was more of them that they found. Like, they found intact corpses. So how long do you think until I get demonetized? It's an interesting conversation. Screw it. Right, we're nearly done the ATAP. It's been a while since I've added a Republic vehicle to my army, so it's just good. The last Republic thing I bought was that second gunship 6 months ago. Right, so it's just the cannon that's left to go on this. So I'm going to quickly go to the toilet just now. I'm going to come back. I'll build the cannon. I will take like a 5-minute break. And I will get the land speeder opened. What do you think? We like that idea? Good. I'll be back in a moment.
Well, I'm going to start Raphael. That's why people are not good. Hey, repetition fun.
All right, I'm back. So it's confirmed. We'll build the land speeder. The battle packs I'll save for some point. I have been putting off opening all those sets just to, it's cool. Like, I even thought about for a while just buying more 2010 sets to keep sealed. But due to space, eventually I'm going to start like a sealed collection just to keep for the future as well. In fact, World War II didn't end, I think, until a month later, because there was that whole power thing, and the person that the H-Man personal appointed take over was the naval commander for Germany, Karl Dönitz, and he helped negotiate Germany's surrender afterwards. He got one of the lighter sentences, and he's one of those ones. He didn't participate in the war crimes, right? He was just in charge of the German Navy, U-boats, all the submarines, destroyers. And he got, I think, 20 years in prison, 10 or 20 years in prison for that. And the big argument is that he should never have got that long. Because, like, well, wait a minute. He was just doing, like, what the British done, what the French, Americans, all their military commanders would intentionally plot to win. So he basically got trouble for plotting to win. Basically, he done a job that all the other nations were doing and got in trouble for it. But, victor's justice. Oh, no, Japan had surrendered by that point. I think Japan surrendered after that, because also Japan did Pearl Harbor, right? I think 1942. And, because Americans apparently sunk a Japanese submarine, right? So that was kind of payback for doing that. They did Pearl Harbor.
Banzai.
So there you go. And so as a result of that, Japan did Pearl Harbor in the Hawaiian Islands. And where is it? And so America's nuclear bomb program, they decided to drop bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And I think Japan pretty much went, right, we're done after that because of the casualties that came from that.
That's what Oppenheimer is about.
Yeah, which I actually picked up. Funny enough, it's right here. But we need to watch this as well tomorrow. Movies.
Ended who made the Batman trilogy.
Oppenheimer, which is a good movie. It's about that. Anyway, I've not watched it, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. We're going to watch it soon. Basically, after that, they were out. Italy, I think, was out after the whole thing with Mussolini. The Soviet Union was out because, problems. So Germany kind of messed with its allies and stuff as well. They were not thinking clearly. So then at the end, if you've ever seen the movie Downfall, they go into this a lot. At the part where he's shouting and he's giving orders to armies and regiments that had been taken out or didn't exist, and he was and when those results didn't happen, he was having like meltdowns, like the famous clips of him shouting in that movie. But Downfall, right? I think was one of the worst. No, not one. It's one of the best. One of the last World War II movies to have consultants from people who were in the bunker. Because I think when Hitler's I've said his name now. The H-Man's secretaries was involved in the movie. I'll tell you, here's a good one, Scooter, to look into, right? The thing on Martin Bormann is quite good to look into. So Martin Bormann, if you don't know, that was the H-Man's private secretary. And this guy, gatekeeped him as well. And he was protected by the H-Man, but the others could not stand him. Probably wanted to wipe him off the face of the earth as well. But when the H-Man decided to stop existing, there's a lot of debate on what happened to Martin Bormann afterwards. So there's the debate that he escaped to Germany, he escaped Berlin. There's also accounts that he was riding in a tank that got blown up over a bridge. There's accounts that say, because he was carrying the H-Man's last will and testament, like instructions and stuff. So he was carrying important documents. And they weren't too sure what the answer was, right? There was thoughts that he had escaped to Argentina, right? And that he had died in 1959. But in 1972, they were digging up this fairground, right? Near where they were demolishing some highway and stuff, right? And they came out, they dug this area up loads of times, and they came across two skulls, right? So one, I can't remember who the other guy's skull was, but one of the skulls was apparently Martin Bormann's. And when they found this skull, they kind of opened up the debate because it had sand and clay inside it that wasn't native to Germany. It had a big crack removed, and the rest of the skull wasn't there. The rest of the body wasn't there either. And when they went through his mouth, right, they found evidence of post-1945 dental work. So if he died there, and they found this in like October 1972, it's like, well, wait a minute, how did he have this work done if he died here in 1945? It's a whole thing with Martin Bormann, but there's a good documentaries on that one. I will have a look at your... In fact, can you go on my channel and bring up the community? I'll give my live reaction to it. Canon. Panzer. So we've got the big cannon for the top of this.
Who was the commenter?
That's the one. You know what? Your Hofmark, I mean, showing it now. Your Hofmark is something else. I like it, man. Right. Chair. I could give you a steering wheel for a gun. That's sold 2008 Lego. That's fun. And I think we're coming to the end of this build. I mean, no, hope that's not spare pieces. I'm doing great. Thanks for subscribing. We're on the journey to 5,000. This is my 4,000 subscribers special. Just building the ATAP here from 08. But no, I appreciate the subscription. Every little help. Oh, great. We've turned it to Tesco. Right. If everyone could check, who's new here, check out the pinned commenter. Here's my, apparently just broke the floor on this. Brought to you by Peugeot. Check out the pinned commenter. That is my co-host, TERRAKILERT1. Check out his channel for possibly a video by Christmas. Why don't you post a short of what you're building? I want a picture and choose a random trending audio.
I just copied what Eggman done for Sonic. I'll be home by Christmas.
You don't get that anywhere else. Other people here are smarter than me. Let's see what's being said here. Have you watched? Have you seen the thing about like how all the World War II tanks that stayed in service after the end of the war? Because quite a lot of them did, surprisingly. In fact, in some parts, though, I think in some parts of the world there is still T-34 tanks that are in service, and it's only in the last 10 years that some nations have stopped using World War II era tanks. So apparently they were just built that well. It's like, I think it's in America, I could be wrong. There's a whole fleet, it's called the Mothballed Fleet, and it's all of these destroyers from World War II that are ready to go. They're maintained and stuff. Should conflict break out. And it's like, well, these are now 80-plus-year-old craft. It's nuts. But, you know, they've been kept so good that they are ready to go should someone declare war or should the US have to. Then there's like the state of the British Admiralty and their the state of what ours is in, which is really bad. So it's like basically we cannot protect ourselves, never mind all the things we're obligated to join in with. It's nuts. Like our fleet of things, due to very smart governmenty people, is very small. Like we have 6 submarines that are meant to patrol British waters at all times. But only one of them is ever working at once. And these were all built in 1969, nuclear submarines. So that's the AT-AP added to my collection. Let's see, is there any cool art at the back of this? You'll enjoy that. Look, 2008. Perfect. Big Cold ad. I have the Starfighter. I have some of them somewhere. The art from back in the day on instruction manuals is something else. That is cool. That's 11 o'clock at night already. And we've still got some building to do. How many of those do you have left? 1.5. Oh, even better. So there's an advert for games you've been playing.
Oh.
Yeah, we're getting to the kills. We've got the Force Unleashed says as well as the game ads. That's cool. So let's get this added to the shelf. This is a pretty cool set. This, you know, you got your interior goes up there. You got your guns that can be raised and spin around this. I remember playing with one of these back in the day. These are fun. They're worth it. Mine is the 2008 version. I know 2014 is considered the best because all people think that. I don't remember the 2019 one being too favourable. People complained it was too much like 2014.
You want me to pass you the other set?
I will. I'm going to adjust my shelving behind me. Right, let's get this on the shelf. So, just join me over here. So, Revenge of the Sith is where this will be going, providing I can somehow make that work. Actually, I do know how to make this work. Move your cannon is the first thing I have to do. So, I'm going to have to take away some of the Revenge of the Sith figures. They'll get added back at some other point in a stream. Where the hell's the box? What? Oh, it's over this way. Right. So all these episode 3 figures I will put back in another stream. Most likely tomorrow's live stream. Honestly, 2008, yes, people complain it has the most basic figure selection. But can you really go wrong with 2 classic shock troopers? I don't think you can. I think that's the best figure selection. Though, see if I had been in charge of Lego at the time, which I wouldn't because I was 5. I tell you what figures I would have thrown in that set and how many of them. I'd have thrown 2 of these in. That's what I'd put in the set if I was in charge. Since they give it Kashyyyk Boxer, I'd have thrown 2 of these in. Then again, those figures would not be the cool rarity that they are. They'd be a common fig. Nothing wrong with that necessarily, but I do like to have items that are considered rare. Kind of part of collecting. Right. Let's get this in here. I'll push it back a bit and then have the ATRT from 05 in front of it. But we're going to get started on the Luke's Land Speeder in about 5 minutes. In fact, I might wait specifically till you're on that last one. That way we're both done build. Nah, you'll be done that anyway, because I'll probably sit and nostalgia the whole set like an old man for 10 minutes. Hey, back in mad. Oh, God. Right. I'm not wrong. I'm nostalgic. Yeah, right. I will do a Clone Army in 2027. I do apologise for not doing one this year, but with all me moving stuff around, prepping rooms for room tours, I've just not had the time to get it all out in one place. For the room, it can now be done really well. I could get the big table in here for it. There we go. What do you think? Do you think that looks alright for the Revenge of the Sith setup?
Yes.
I'll take you guys in and what you see. We need a clone. Well, funny you should say that, right? We'll come up here for a little discussion on that. So, a lot of the people who have made custom minifigures that you see on this stand, some people have actually made that. There's a guy, and I think it is Brick Rebellion. I know he's done it. Find his work on Instagram. He has done Clone Troopers. He's done Wolfpack, 212, 501st, 187th, all in the 2005 style. Granted, you pay a pretty penny, but they do look good. So I'll be back in one moment. Could you back me down that land speeder actually? We'll do the battle pack at some other point. So since it's the special, we're going to build this set. Look up Brick Rebellion on Instagram and look up Fig Fab Labs. You have to import them from other countries though. We're going to build this tonight as well. This is a sealed, that makes a lot of noise, 2010 land speeder. So I'll be right back and we're going to get focused on that. What are you doing? Why like that? I'm confused. Granted, there's got to be more game space.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was doing. So that way you could still see both the sets, but
I would have stacked them on top of each other.
take that.
Yeah, that works. I like that. The 30th anniversary. This set does not have that because it's not Empire Strikes Back theme. They did a lot in that year for the anniversary. It was a fun year. Ah, yes, 2010.
I believe he said Instagram, but it's like a website as well. So like, I think you click the link on the bio of the Instagram. I've not looked at it. I'm not a custom Lego looker.
Alright, I'm back. So, this set, I remember getting this back in the day from Sainsbury's. This is fun enough going down the road.
And you also get cheaper.
Ah, so the story behind this, so basically me and her were in there, and I had some money. So I went into the Lego section because it's me. And this was under a sticker that said 10. It said Luke's land speeder, and the store cashier scanned in, it came up 20, right? And the argument was like, well, it came under that sticker, you have to give us it for that price. So I got my original copy for 10. So I paid 45 for this sealed one that I have now. That's what I honestly, after 16 years, that's not terrible inflation. What?
That's the spare pieces.
Alright, I thought that fell off one of my things. Here's your pieces.
No, spare pieces from the AT thing.
There shouldn't really be that many. We'll look into that later. I followed the steps. Never see any pieces noticeably off it, so we'll have a look later. Right, let's get.
Old years sometimes had like one big piece as a spell.
That is actually true. I forgot. It's been a while since I've built a set from that year. And the last 2008 set I built was that Indiana Jones set up there that's incomplete. I need to buy a nice copy of that. He is wearing it on his head. It's up on the back of the Falcon Star Destroyer. It's one of my poly bags. Poly bags that I've given him to build. It's on the back of the Star Destroyer like it does in Empire Strikes Back. Right. Very nostalgic set. Let's get this one open. Had this sitting around since January. We're breaking the seals on the 16-year-old set. Do you imagine there's a chrome Darth Vader or something inside this? That actually is a possibility. There's not. I've not looked enough.
Who knows?
Hey, I opened up an old X-Wing and got a smooth hair layer.
Right, then.
There's no way. There's no chrome Vader. I don't think he'd have been in this set. It was in a bunch of 09 sets, but people have occasionally reported him being found in 2010 sets. I say occasionally, it's rare, but this could have been one of them rare chances. Oh, here, we've got a sniff of 2010. Oh, yes. The distant past. Ah!
The totally not so distant past.
You mean last week?
Yeah, last week.
Last week. You don't get this on other streams.
Set came with brick separator.
This. I was going to say, this set's a bit before the brick separator. 2012 that came out, funny enough. You ever got one of the differently coloured ones? There's that turquoise one that some people have.
Yeah, it's somewhere.
Right, so I need to be...
I got it from the Darth Vader helmet.
So I got to be careful, there's loads of old dark red in this set. Well, fairness, the one I gave you has been dropped, smashed a million times, and none of its part is correct. Oh, the nostalgia. The ATAP was a nostalgia trip, but this is a different level of nostalgia. And it's the first stream where I've built two things. This will be a 3-hour stream, trust me. Oh, man. If there's a Lego set that takes me back to a certain year immediately, this is one of them. Just by seeing its pieces poured out, I don't know.
Insert that clip from Ratatouille.
What one? What, the bit where the guy eats the thing and takes him back to his childhood?
Yeah.
Yes. That would, that's what the script is right actually. Oh yes, back when Stormtroopers have black heads. I saw that. Right.
Make sure all the pieces come out back.
A good old Phase 2 Clone Trooper set is the 2005 ATRT. That, like, if it's a budget you're on, then that's probably the one to go for. Just a suggestion there for you. Right, let's get this built. No, but I remember getting the set and getting it on discount, especially back then, was a big deal. Basically, someone with the store gun had messed up or something. And yeah, I got this for 10 quid back in the day. From the Sainsbury's that we were in earlier today, funny enough.
Funny.
Yeah. That Sainsbury's, right? If you're in the UK, Sainsbury's is always a good place for discount Lego. Like, no joke, every time we go in there, how much stuff do we see that, like, granted, if you're mostly a Lego Star Wars fan, you don't always see loads that you want, but like, if you want Lego in general, they've always something. 2.5 hours on stream, that's nuts. Yeah, and I've dropping I mean, I've not done it that much this stream. I deserve credit for that. I deserve credit for not being a complete idiot most of the stream. Also, this is a Sand Trooper before they gave them sand details. 2012 was when that started being normal. The set Droid Escape is where that started. I have one of these in my Imperial Army. It's one of my... Yes, it doesn't have the details, but it's still a nice looking minifigure. And when I got this set in 2010, I did not have any Sand Troopers. So I thought this was the coolest figure in the set. And granted, it was like, at the time, I think it was the cheapest set that you could get R2 and 3PO in together. I think it probably was. Like, wasn't the cheapest set at that point, but it was the only set available that was in that kind of price range where you could have both. Can you imagine the C3PO suffers from GPS? I put it together and it just disintegrates. Let's find out. Oh my god, it went together. Where's his head? Imagine Toy Story is real and these parts have just suffered in silence for 16 years. No, imagine that.
I feel like in terms of the Toy Story universe, like the sets don't come alive until they are built.
Many figures are just sitting there disassembled. Help us! Yeah, but I'm bored at times, so I like to imagine the messed up reality is the correct one. It's just more interesting that way.
Oh, lightsaber helps.
A budget of 30. So your options realistically are pretty much the ATRT. That might actually be where your budget ends if you want like a set that came with the Phase 2 clones, the original ones. I cannot think of too much else that would be in your price range. Fart.
Nunchucks.
That's Obi-Wan's legs. I get Luke's legs will be in here somewhere. Could you imagine? There's a bit missing and I phone up Lego customer service. I was on live stream building a set that I've had sealed for a while and has been sealed for 16 years. There's a missing part. I'd have manned this piece or two. Can you imagine? Can you imagine they send out the part? They're not going to. But it's funny.
It'd be funny if they did.
Yeah, we just happen to have parts from the 2010 Landspeeder lying around. That's normal. I have the figures from the set. They're not in great condition because I bought them really cheaply used. So getting nice condition versions of these figures is... I had a not so great version of the set that I got maybe 9 years ago for £10 off eBay. You've got it, so you'll know how bad it is. I gifted it to him. So, like, since I started making money, there was certain sets that I had on a list that I wanted to get brand new or as close to new condition versions of. So things like the 2011 Falcon are on that list, as well as this. Just the nostalgia that comes from this set. And it's minifigures from that 2010 look. See, I've never tried the whole ordering minifigure parts separately. Like, does that work out quite well? I've never tried it. I've ordered parts for a set that needed repaired. That's like the pieces were discolored. I have them down there, actually. I ordered a whole bunch of parts to fix the front end and side panels of the 2012 Gungan sub. I had a little bit of yellowing when I got it, and it didn't bother me at the time. I'm like, you know what? This is the only one I can afford. Set's cool, but of course, the Queen Amidala, main attraction. And it's got the yellowing's got worse over the years, so I've bought loads of new grey pieces for it. Tomorrow we'll tackle that, because tomorrow I'm planning to do the episode 1 shelf. So tomorrow's stream, I will fix those bits. Let's get it done. This is apparently a minifigure, according to Lego. I don't know if I agree with that. This is a Sentry droid. You briefly see it walking around with the Sand Troopers. Now for the actual land speeder. I'd imagine that would be good in some cases, but in some cases, like if you're ordering something outrageously expensive, it wouldn't work. I don't know, that's just a guess. But I regret that I have left this. I've had these 2010 sets. That is Cloud City in the back. Now, I've left this sealed for so long. I planned to build this the week I got it, and I put it inside my glass cabinet and just didn't touch it. Right, dark red. We've got to be very careful with this stuff, because I don't have anything to replace it with. I do, I've got like green pieces this colour, but... You ever built with all dark red?
Don't think so.
It is an interesting type of anxiety. But yeah, that is the original Cloud City up above my head there. That one always gets lots of attention.
I'd say.
Yeah. See those pieces there. But the late 2000s, early 2010s, you'll notice when I'm building those sets on stream, I will either have a story to tell about them from when I was a kid, or like there's a whole nostalgia thing around them, even if I didn't own that set, just because that is probably my favorite era of Lego. I was getting into the hobby in the late 2000s. Loved it. I do have an Imperial Shuttle up the top. It is the 2005 one from Imperial Inspection. If you hang around to the end of the stream, I'll give you a look around the place. We're just building just now. I am building. Apparently, I've misplaced the damn box for what I'm building. There it is. I'm currently building this. This is the 2010 Landspeeder. Nope, that is the fully molded dewback from 2004, the first version. Right, that's them on. Finally got to like those. There's plenty more of it to go, but every bit of dark red that's on is a bit of dark red I don't have to screw around with. So like, see when I'm moving my sets, I'm paranoid to drop any that has this colour. That Falcon's got loads of it, and it's in structural places. You can't imagine the fun that I had on stream putting that together. I was like, don't break it, don't break it, don't break it. You broke it. I didn't actually, like, it's in some, like, the big gaps in it if it moves. I also have a custom somewhere, it's up there, I need to put his head back on. Custom molded TCS Banter from the video game. Regular red from this era. Fine, nothing wrong with it. Put that on nice and quick, don't need to be...
Hey, that's not looking for the zip code.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Wait a minute.
Oh yeah! If you're new here, Top Gear gets quoted repeatedly. Oh no, anyway. I do, the ones that came out in the theatre. I have the Padme and the Yoda one. I recently picked those up at a trading hall. I don't often buy non-Lego related Star Wars stuff, but I do have some. Like, I recently, well, I was at that convention, or whatever you want to call it. I picked up some Star Wars action figures from the 90s and from the 2010s. And I ended up buying quite a few more. I've not bought any for a little bit, but I can see myself honestly going on eBay now that I've reminded myself and having a little look later. So like the sealed Clone Wars era ones, I've got quite a few of up on the pinned to the wall. You know, it could have made sense as it's like a cool display thing to do that with them. Right, there we go. So we can get another piece to add on its front. Put it down there so it's not more ways to do this. Right. So how much have you got left of your build?
Not long.
We'll see who's done first, that'll be interesting. Because I've not got too much left on this. And this set had no stickers when it came out, which is probably another reason it's so good. The Imperial one, I know that set sealed price, so there's a chance you can pick it up. The Imperial V-Wing, that set 7915 from 2011. Really cool set. It's one of those ones I still need to get, but I had. There's a lot of cool sets I had, sadly, at one point. Really nice set. I picked it up when I was on holiday one year as a kid. Probably around the time the set came out. Really nice. You got the pilot, and you got that really cool kind of lacquer drum silver astromech in the set. For sealed, right, you can get that for 45. So I'd imagine it'll be around 30 or less. Opened, I can't imagine like that would be too expensive to get an open copy. I'm gonna get myself a sealed one just because of how like the price that they go sealed, because it makes sense. It won't be for a live vote or anything. Like some people are asking me to put cheaper sets in the vote so they can be more often. I'm only letting you vote on sets, at least that's just for now. I'm only allowing the votes when it's occasions like this. I mean, you guys voted for the AT-AP that we built earlier. So there's that. It's a cool set. It's a Revenge of the Sith set, technically. Because it's apparently, and this is like what we were saying earlier with Kashyyyk, it's a pause and look at the screen intently and you will find it thing. Right at the end, when Vader walks along the Brenner's Bridge and you see the half-complete death, or the starts of the Death Star being built, apparently you see it there. I think back in the day I did actually go look for that. Because, well enough, Brick Set now calls it a Revenge of the Sith set, but all the books I had back in the day that it was in, we call it an expanded universe set. So, it's one of those kind of things where it's like, well, what is it? Make up your damn mind. So we're not far off the 3-hour mark. What time is it? I'll just stay up as late as possible. Watch the rest of the song. Ah! Or are you tired? No, it was just the set full of dark red pieces. I was jokingly saying nothing to worry about. Like, I didn't pay top dollar for this sealed. Like, again, £42 I was for the sealed copy of this. Like, there's... Yeah, it's classed as Revenge of the Sith. It used to be an expanded universe set. But it's appeared in the Bad Batch. I'm guessing it got reclassified after it appeared in the Bad Batch. They went back and changed their mind. That's just a guess. In fact, due to their appearance in the Bad Batch, I'm surprised that set, because I only looked at buying it very long ago, like a couple months ago, whenever I rearranged the vote for this, it was a contender. The set was selling for cheap. I'm like, I think these were the Bad Batch. I would have thought would have sold for more money, but you know, it's surprising. Right, get those grill vents on. This is where we're at with the build. You are going to get there before I am. See, these dark red parts there, you got to really be careful with those. Those are not fun. As I've been saying throughout the stream. I always thought this set had a really cool windscreen piece. I've got the one from 2004 behind me. I used to have the 2017 version as well. I got rid of that set. I prefer the white tan color. Yes, it's not accurate, but it's the one I grew up with. The one from 2004 is a bit different of a case. I just like it because I remember seeing that in the visual dictionary and thinking it was cool because it was a completely different color that I don't believe they make anymore. Right, these pose pieces. I believe those ones would still be Republic ones. I could be wrong, but yeah, you're right. Actually, they are on that scene. That'd be cool because I have the shuttle. You can't see it behind me, but I have the shuttle that Anakin has brought back to Coruscant in. That's funny enough another set from 2010. They were really going at it that year. Come on, Lego.
Was it the 5-year anniversary?
I wasn't so much as an anniversary. I think it was what they were doing. The big thing they were doing in 2010 was they had the Clone Wars Season 3 was obviously coming out, so they'd done sets for that. They had the Empire Strikes Back 30th anniversary as well. They did do a couple of Revenge of the Sith sets. They did the Arc 170 as well. Right now. There was a few. I don't think it was anniversary related. I just think it was they were doing stuff they maybe didn't do the first time around. But the main thing they were doing that year was Empire Strikes Back and Clone Wars. Another Revenge of the Sith set they done that year was the Swamp Speeder that had Barriss Offee, and that was the last. Oh, it was the last appearance of the Phase 2 clone helmet that they came out in 2005. Yeah, the final appearance was in that. So Matt won't hang around for a while. He has his Ninja Turtles finished. Ow! You lost.
I'm having them lined up in order of least.
Well,
Like most to.
like the least.
Yeah.
Kit is playing discrimination with Ninja Turtles. What? I don't want to play with you anymore. What? I'm enjoying seeing this in new condition and all those new figures.
There are like a couple build differences between the four of them.
I'd imagine there would be.
Mostly just being the backs and
Yeah.
the front belts, but it is more or less just the same build 4 times.
Mm.
Yay! I'm done.
He's done. Now put your head down and don't disturb the rest of the class. What? There? Yeah, the average Lego build, you don't build Lego as much as I do. The average Lego builder has the back of a 50-year-old. That's just standard.
Yeah.
I built my fair share of Lego.
Compared to me, you're rookie number, let's be honest. Got some chairs in there. No fairness, my back is hurting from this as well.
My back is hurting from the chairs and the floor. That's a time.
Hey, the fact that you've hung around for nearly 3 hours just shows you enjoy the content that much. As appreciated. You're also helping me with watch time, which is that's a key part of YouTube right there.
Yeah.
If you ever have the time and the privacy, you should try live streaming as well. Here are my angry Transformers opinions. Optimus Prime is not a truck. I'm sick of all this lies. He's the Challenger space shuttle. Yes, that one that exploded. Yeah, Terra's been building Lego in an upright position for most of the last 3 hours, so he will be physically sore. But we're going to be going through and watching Better Call Saul as soon as the stream is done. Thoughts on the show so far then, since we're getting towards the end? You enjoying it?
That's cool.
Would you recommend to other people? So, since you're enjoying this, and it's the sequel to Breaking Bad, would you watch Breaking Bad in full?
Prequel. Ish.
Prequel, yeah. Well, it plays with all timelines. Considering the episode that we were watching there, ended with Saul being in at the start of the Breaking Bad timeline. So next he'll be, now he's in the Gene timeline where that guy recognized him. Well, if you were on the run, would you let a guy who recognized you, would you go to his house?
Megatron Brickhead.
I owned the Optimus Prime and sold it, but not the Brickhead, the full-size set. I may get the brick set, the Brickheads. I think that would be like where I would go for my Lego Transformers. Then again, I do like... Who's the big one they've come out with recently?
Soundwave.
I do like that, but maybe that's because I like 80s stuff and I like the cassettes and stuff. Is there any more of the big ones coming out? Or is there like at least talk?
Not sure. But with the release, the review of the Brickheads, that does mean that they might have figured out how to do Megatron's tank without calling it a tank.
I think that's dumb that they'll not call it. I've got all these 5 Lego sets in here, the word tank in them.
Mm-hmm.
That is, I'm calling that woke nonsense. No, you can't call it a tank because children might want to play with tanks. Nah. I say we should give all children toy tanks. Do you know what I would have done with Soundwave if I was in head of Lego? I think you'd like this. What I personally would have done is I would have, you know how like you get those Lego bricks that make noises?
Mm-hmm.
Since he's a cassette, see when you insert the cassette into him, I would have it play the Transformers theme tune. That would be the best way to hide that or insert that into a Transformers Lego set. Like, yeah, I know it doesn't make sense show-wise.
It doesn't play the theme, but does have like voice lines recorded by Frank Welker himself.
What? Is there actual sound brick in that set, yeah?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Alright, I'm
That
shocked.
probably makes you want to buy even more now.
I hate you. See this guy? He's the reason I make really interesting purchases that I don't need.
That's the previous one.
And I have dropped the product. There it is. Well, there we go. I got to build 2 very nostalgic sets, and he built some new ones.
I've been here for nearly 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And it was... I've technically purchased 5 Transformers since being here.
I would like to make it 6. I'm
I say
encouraged.
technically because the
No, I'd say that counts.
Brickheads.
And here is one of the most nostalgic sets from my childhood, the 2010 Land Speeder. Alright, let's see what's in the back of this one's instructions. We've got to know. Easily. He's gone, that's one final class. Why does it mine look like that?
I immediately thought of the scene
What, when I said that or when you looked at it?
when I looked at it.
We've got those other really nice looking 2010 sets in there, but this has been the longest stream I have done in a long while. And you know the best part is I could easily go another half hour. Oh crap. That does sometimes happen.
Mm-hmm.
Fix. You've kind of got me wanting that set now.
I do in fact have the Bumblebee Brickheads. And I will be getting the Megatron one as well.
And your girlfriend doesn't. Oh no, I'm playing in on that joke. I'm not letting that go.
I do agree with that statement. Those sound Brickheads better.
Oh, easily. I don't think there's anyone who doesn't think that. So I have all the figures on the land speeder for it to go on the shelf. Find some of those parts. I want to put that tub back. Now, of course, the Sentry Droid, right? Make it 4. What could we possibly do to bring this up to 4 hours? I don't think there's anything, man. I mean, technically, we could stream doing a Phantom Menace shelf, but I don't want to do that right now. Like, I have spent 3 hours nearly on stream, and I thought I'd be done by now. So, you know, it's 1:45 man.
Yeah.
Tell you what, we'll make it 3 hours because we're 3 minutes away from there. Just done all the spare pieces. It's helpful. Tell you what, it'll be a 3 hour minimum stream. We'll clean up the place, right? Even the non-Lego stuff. We'll get the place neat. We'll talk on the stream. That gets some new people coming in, which is like viewers, subscribers, all that kind of stuff. And I'll incorporate that in. So, like, another 10 minutes of streaming, really. Trust me, I one day will have that 4 hours live stream again. It's been like many months since the 6 hour one, but that 6 hour one really took it out of me. By the way, that's just 6 hours of rearrange all these shelves. And that was when it was the window across ones. I did like that setup, but it was slightly depressing at times. I prefer this. It's probably the best setup I've ever had in here. What are you doing? I'll de-brick your face. Honestly, he now got me wanting that set, and I hate him for it. What is its vehicle mode? Or does it not have one?
What, assembly?
Yeah.
Cassette player.
What, the whole thing turns into one big cassette player?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be really great for storage.
The arms fold back, the
Yeah.
legs turn and go up, and basically just becomes a brick.
So that's it. Came out what, last year?
Yeah.
So I've got a while to buy. I'd probably buy the Optimus and Bumblebee used just to save a little bit of cash. I saw someone wall mount them. I would do that. The special brackets you can buy. That would be a cool way to go.
I'd like to get the Bumblebee new but used.
What?
So sealed.
Um,
Because it's... I've seen a few listings of it. It's not gone up that much sealed.
Is it retired now?
Going to retire soon.
I was gonna say that's surely going by now. Then again, we saw Optimus the other day in Smith's. I feel like that's the one you keep out permanently, or at least for a while. I feel like Bumblebee's the one you sell for a little bit, then go. Because it's a good set, but see when you look up Bumblebee on YouTube, there's more videos of people improving them than reviewing them.
Mm-hmm.
But some of I get it. That one does look. That's the only reason I never bought it immediately. Is it looked a little awkward to me, the transformation sequence.
Bumblebee was designed by a Lego designer, whilst Optimus was designed by...
Optimus was designed properly.
It was designed by a Transformer designer.
I think Optimus is the best one, but I think I physically owned and held an Optimus one for quite a while. How to incorporate you into the display? If you take those collector's cards in there, I can have it there. I'll have it in front of the Falcon, actually. Those collector's cards, I've got a whole bunch of them here. Loads in there, and more of them in here. Actually, this is kind of cool, because you can see what ones I bought from Brick Rebellion. I'll be able to count, yeah. I can count up how many new releases I bought from that guy. That'll be fun. So what? We'll add that in the stream. I genuinely want to know the answer to that. So I have bought some of Brick Rebellion's figures used. The Dagobah, Bespin Luke, and the Shock T were all bought used, so I didn't get cards of them. But these are all the figures I bought from Brick Rebellion. Let's see how many are here. So we've got TCS, Obi-Wan, and Force Ghost Obi-Wan. That's 2. Ugnaught, that's 3. Kaminoans, that's 4 and 5. And Solo, that's 6. Force Ghost Anakin, that's 7. TCS Hoth Luke, that is 8. Geonosis Padme Cod, that is 9. TCS Obi-Wan, that's 10. I've had 3 hours. I suppose I've got the collector's cards actually from these two. That makes it 12 because I've got the Bespin and Dagobah. Look, so those ones I did get used with their cards. I suppose, oh yeah, Shock T came used for cards. So that's 13, Shock T. I think I do actually have all the cards for online actually. TCS Qui-Gon, I've got that collector's cards. TCS Anakin, Attack of the Clones, that's 14. Oh, wait, I lost count. 13, 14. Rebel Trooper is 15. Mace Windu Episode 2 is 16. And 17 we got Captain Antilles.
So it's around 320 for all three Smiths.
18, it's Obi-Wan, Attack of the Clones. Force Ghost Yoda is 20. I have bought 21 minifigures from Brickbuild. These are all the collector's cards they make for them. That's going to go up because I'm buying these upcoming Batman wave. Toilet. So he's going to the toilet, but I do want to buy them. I hadn't sold the Optimus. I don't know where I'd put them. Maybe the glass cabinet would be the way to go with that. I don't know. But hey, you guys, I hope you've enjoyed the 3-hour stream. We're going to start packing up because we're going to go do other things. So maybe you've got another 10 minutes of packing up in the stream to do. But hey, I'm happy that I'm now at 4,000, but I'm even happier that it happened while TERRAKILERT was here so that he could be a part of the celebration process. So I got to store this box and the box for the land speeder, because those will be used in upcoming content. So I really want a review both of these. I've got a review of the land speeder that I made years ago that is not a set review that I'm happy with. I have been going for, I'm going to store them in here for now. I have been going through a phase of redoing reviews that I did years ago as a teenager that I'm not particularly proud of content-wise. Right. I'll have to find a new place to put these instructions. I know I cannot get to the box where I keep them normally. But we've got these instruction manuals here. They're just going to go on top of there for now. I can do a more thorough clean of that stuff tomorrow. I mean, I would get them and put them in the glass display cabinet of each other. It would be kind of cool if every couple of years they do more, or a new one. It'd be kind of a cool thing to collect, but I wouldn't have to buy like new ones all the time, like you do with Lego Star Wars. So it'd be kind of like a cool extra thing that maybe every 1 or 2 years I buy another one of. Like, I wouldn't mind something like that. It'd be additional stuff on the channel as well. I think I will look in to see the pricing on that. I wouldn't buy them all in Smiths. I would go used. But I did live build Optimus Prime on TikTok about well over a year ago now. December 2024 I did that. Right. Just any little bits of stuff that we can sort out for now. So Bumblebee was 2024. Alright, okay. I mean, one a year would be the way to go. That glass cabinet could be really cool for something like that. It does motivate me wanting to get the other ones though. Like, I sold the Optimus Prime because I wanted money to fund some other projects. This is when I went through that long phase of buying most of the Clone Wars sets in existence that was missing. I sold them to fund that. And That's what I'm looking for here. I thought the Bumblebee was alright. The Bumblebee was not my favourite one, but then I saw the Soundwave one. I think that one's pretty cool. Yeah. I would imagine the Lego waited a little while after doing Optimus to see how well it would do before doing. Oh, so we'll put these two shock troopers I got in the set on here. The figures for the land speeder, they've already been put on the shelf. So Terra will come in and probably say goodbye, but we're gearing up to end the stream. Have you used the microwave? Have you heard the beeping? I don't like that. I do need a monster ship to be Right, I'm back. I don't think I'm going to do that 49, man. There's nothing for me to do. Like, I could build one of the battle packs, but I'm saving them to be one stream together. Just, that makes more sense to me. But we can chat here until TERRAKILERT comes back from the bathroom, and then I'm going to adjust the candle on that. Then we'll be calling it a day. The original Phase 2 clones are pretty much the best Lego clones that they come out with. I do have a lot of love for the Clone Wars animated ones as well, though. You see, I got into Lego Star Wars just as the Phase 2 original ones were going away. So when I started, it was mostly Clone Wars stuff that was out. Yeah. I think it's going to be a while. But, you know, I'll hang around since it is this stream. You'll want to say goodbye. So you've been here since live stream 94 then? So that's what? 57 live streams ago? 56? Oh, he's coming. Prepare for this to end in a moment, by the way, because when he comes back, it pretty much will just be the end. Oh, here he is. So it's gone midnight. Live streamed for 3 hours and plus. I've not done one this long in a while. He's here. It's the one that looks a bit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow will be a work on the shelves kind of live stream, unless we decide I end up buying things. Now, look, if that thing I've ordered comes, it's another live build. Small kind of promo thing. But anyway, yeah, we'll see you later, man. Thank you very much for watching. Place your bets. How many subscribers will we get with this one? Bye. Disembodied hand.